have some popcorn ready, have this video playing in the background because it's going to be a lot of talking. Welcome to my next current state of Just Dance video where I give my brutally honest opinions on the game. It's going to be intense, I feel like, because I will be ranting a lot in this video out of love for the game, not hatred. We just want the game to be the best it can be, and I will admit this game is in a kind of a weird spot right now, and I feel like this video needs to be made. I cut the video into multiple chunks. There will be timestamps, of course. Just know there's going to be a lot of yapping, and it's not going to be super edited. It's just going to be me talking, and I feel like a lot of people want that kind of video, I feel like. So here are the following topics I'm going to be going over today is the what's working side, the stuff that I feel like the game is going in the right direction for. Then we have the communication and transparency, and I said communication properly this time. Roll that older clip if you remember. Communication. We have core features that are missing or forgotten about. We have quality of life changes and accessibility. We have a dedicated segment for party mode because I do have a lot to say about party mode. The next one is obviously Just Dance Plus, bugs and performance, and then the final rant where I'm just going to be going through multiple topics and one that didn't match the other ones I stated above. Before I start, I have a giant list, so if you see me reading off something at all, it's because I go all over the place and I need some sort of reference. Just be ready for that. So without further ado, let's get started on the first topic. First point is I feel like maps have very much stabilized in quality over the course of the last 2 years. Even though the quality has dropped since 2023 edition, I feel like this is like a fine balance in my opinion, where I feel like it's not over the top, but it's happy enough for majority of the Just Dance community. I know there always is room for improvement, but I feel like for most of the audiences, which is the more casual players, I feel like this is kind of like the soft spot for the appeal. That's just my opinion, of course. And the next point is community managers are very responsive and very active. If I ever need to reach out to Just Dance about anything, they're always answering. And on top of that, they are responding to comments pretty frequently. So I will give them those points for communicating back with the community, but there is some things missing that I really want to touch up on later. And the next thing is scoring has been more consistent than ever. I feel like every edition of Just Dance from 2025 and higher, I feel like the scoring is getting a little bit more and more consistent in terms of controller and camera scoring, except for Messi, I feel like on camera, but that's just me. And I will admit Ubisoft support has been a little bit better since my last video. If you guys remember, Ubisoft support was leaving people on red for like months, and I'm noticing that they are responding like weekly now, and it's not as good as I would like, but it is getting way better than what it was before. So that's my good points for Just Dance. So most of the video is going to be more on the negative side, so I just want to make that super clear because I know some people are going to think I hate the game, which I really don't. I love the game so much, and I'm sure there's so much people in the Just Dance community that will relate to a lot of the stuff I'm about to say for the next like 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and move on to communication and transparency. So the first point is a roadmap. Just Dance, we need a roadmap. We're at the state of the game where we are in much need of a communication update on what the game is heading towards. We don't know what you're all working on. That's why the community has been very impatient, if you ask me. We don't know where's World Dance Floor. We don't know about like maybe like video challenge. We don't know like anything that's coming to the game until like right before the launch. And I feel like that does need a change because we're at the point where since we're so blind on what's coming to the game, we get so frustrated and we get so angry easily, which I am so in with the community for. The community should not be suffering like this, if you ask me. The roadmap for the music packs, I don't consider that a roadmap. That's just Dance Plus songs. Make it clear in the roadmap that everything is not finalized and it's something you're working on. It can be a very rough roadmap for all I care, but at least it's something so we work with anything. The roadmap would contain something like considering World Dance Floor around this era of the game, considering how many songs you guys are planning to have in this subscription by the end of the year. Basically kind of like heads up on what you guys are thinking and planning, because at this point, I know this community is very sensitive with deadlines, but don't even include deadlines in the roadmap. At least have a list of stuff you guys are trying to work on, so at least we know that you guys are doing something, because at the moment we kind of feel that there's nothing happening with the game. We just keep getting new songs, nothing new. Party mode was awesome, I will say, but we have a dedicated segment for that as well. It's just we feel like we're too left in the dust or in the void, and I feel like that needs to change in my opinion. I feel like that's all I need to say about that part. The next one is the behind the scenes videos. As much as we love them, it feels like when they listen to the community of what we want to see, they over listened, and it resulted in us getting very similar posts. And I really like the fact that they're actually bringing back community spotlights again, which I am in one, funny enough, but that's a good change up. I feel like what they did with MZ and all that. I'm happy they're doing that again, and that's a good step in the right direction, but I feel like there needs to be more variety in general, if you ask me. A big one is silence around delays and change changes kills the hype more than bad news. I feel like this is also a point I said earlier with the roadmap. We feel a lot more impatient because we're getting to the point where the silence is so strong that we're getting to the point where we feel like the game's not going to make it till the next year. Another thing is the scoring fix incident. I feel like I'm happy they're fixing songs. I want to make that clear. I'm not going to talk too much about it because we're not on the JD Plus segment. We shouldn't lose Just Dance Plus drops because of scoring adjustments. All right, I think we're going to move on to the next segment. All right, the next one is core features that are missing or forgotten about. World Dance Floor. Where is it? Ubisoft, in 2023, you guys said World Dance Floor is coming. That was 3 years ago. I know I'm yelling, but that was 3 years ago. Where is it, y'all? This is exactly what I said about the roadmap. We want to know at least it's being worked on, but all we're getting is a random update from like 2 years later. We have no updates on it yet. At least let us know you're considering working on it or if it's canceled, because once again, the silence makes us more angry than answers. We need to know, did you guys scrap it? If you scrapped it, just let us know. I feel like that's going to be a better answer than us just hoping that it's coming to the game, you know? But we're at the moment where it's like, what is happening? Where is it? The next thing, lack of levels. The hype of Just Dance is also new progression. With the launch of 2023, there was 150 levels if we were to consider all of them. That's a lot of levels. I know it's not like 200 like the other games, but we had progression, stuff to work for. With the launch of 2024 and above, our level carries over between editions. Once you're max level, literally the new editions get less and less hype because you just want to play them once to get that megastar, you know, and then there's no incentive to keep playing anymore, you know? I will be honest, I barely played 2026 this year. Like, as much as I love this game so much, this game means so much to me, but the only times I'm playing the game is when I'm recording and streaming, and it's not in a bad way. It's just there's no incentive to play the game right now because there's no progression. I feel like I'm in the majority here when I say this. We need more progression. If the rewards are the biggest problem with adding more prestiges, like, you know, like a diamond prestige or whatever, throw away the reward aspect. Just have a leveling system, like maybe like Just Dance Now does. Just Dance Now has a progression system that just infinitely goes up. It goes like to like the thousands. So it has longevity level systems that Just Dance 2023 and above are lacking. Once you're 150 or gold 50, there's nothing to grind for. Just Dance Now has a better long-term progression than the paid version of Just Dance. I'd love to hear what you guys feel about that as well. We need at least an uncapped level with no reward. The way they design levels is every level you get a reward, and that's a lot of resources for the art team to do. Let people just grind levels, you know? That's way better than us being stuck at gold level 50 with no extra levels to work with. The next one, rewards. They feel very reduced every single year. We only have 3 avatars this year, I think. I love this game so much, but I feel like we're getting less and less and less content with every edition. Sure, the songs are great, but we're also getting a lot of UB originals, I feel like. That's another topic for another part of the video, I know. The removal of seasons has also destroyed the long-term hype. Sure, the music packs are exciting, but there's nothing to work for. You buy the song pack when the music pack comes out, or you just get Just Dance Plus. You play the songs, maybe for like a day or two, you're happy with the songs, and then there's no incentive to play it again, you know? Like, there's nothing to grind for. The reason why I'm talking a lot about progression and level grinding is the fact that it's a game, and a game needs to have ways to get you to play. I don't want to say this game's heading towards a weird path, but it really is. When they made the blog post saying that there's no seasons for 2025, they specifically said 2025 edition, but at the current rate we're at now, I'm not seeing any announcements about seasons, and usually around this time of the year, we already start getting announcements on seasons. Potentially January, we'll get something when I'm on my break. Heads up, I'm actually going to be on a break for like all month. Another thing I want to talk about, patch times. Oh my god. I understand they have to go through console approval and all that, but it can't be that there's so much other games out there that get way more patches. Other Ubisoft games get patches so quickly, like Rainbow Six Siege. I understand it's a more higher budget game. I have a hard time believing that it takes that long to push out a patch for the game. We only get 1 patch a year. If there's a bug in the game, we have to suffer it for a whole year. It's just frustrating, you know? It just makes us feel like you're neglecting the game. I'm sure you guys aren't, but it just feels like the game is being neglected. And it's just frustrating because I really want to see the game do better, but it's hard to feel like the game is getting love when the patches take so long. And that's just my opinion, of course. I'm pretty sure the majority of people agree with me on that as well. Also, I want to add is the over reliance on Ubisoft originals. I understand the budget for Just Dance went down. I understand Ubisoft's tanking. I understand that. I don't think this is anything the team can do, and that's just an honest thing. Don't advertise that there's 40 hits in your trailer. 15 of those songs are originals. How are they hot new hits? It feels false promo to me. I understand that I get given the game, so I'm not really like a victim of purchasing something like that, you know, where it's like false promo. I'm asking Just Dance one day to please be honest with their advertising. Just say like brand new hits. Don't say 40, because when you say 40 new hits in the trailer, it really kind of gives you that impression that all of the songs are popular, you know, but it's not. It's really not. There is so little songs that the casual people know. I remember seeing this TikTok of a girl just looking shocked, and the subtitle of the text on the screen was, "Bro, I just saw the Just Dance 2026 song list. What are these songs?" That's coming from like a casual Just Dance person that doesn't really follow up with much of the game, just like on the annual releases when they come out. Another thing, the missing of legacy content. A good example is from this year. Girls Just Want to Have Fun got a remake. Where is the original? It's not on Just Dance Plus, but when Toxic got remade, we got the original. So where is the original? If you already had the rights for the song, you couldn't go out of your way to put the OG version into the base game. I don't know how game development works once again, but I feel like if you did it with Toxic, you could do it with Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Why is it missing? Why? I know I'm very negative and I'm sorry, but this is once again the current state of Just Dance video where I'm super honest. I'm planning to make these kind of videos like once every like 2 years. I feel like the team needs to hear this kind of feedback from a video standpoint and not just text, because I do know Just Dance probably watches my videos. So I feel like this is very much needed to make these every 2 years so they know how we feel about the game and what needs to be changed or added potentially. But yeah, that's just me. Let's move on to quality of life and accessibility. Camera scoring. It's out of beta, right? But it doesn't feel like it's out of beta. I had the impression that it was going to work on multiplayer. It's going to work with maybe 2 players potentially, or it's more refined, which it probably got more refined in terms of like consistency. But I was expecting potentially, if you're taking it out of beta, it should be marked as a finished product. Maybe have it for challenge mode, which you still can use camera scoring in challenge mode. Somehow you can't. And on top of that, when you guys ripped the beta tag out, nothing changed. You could have left the beta tag and we would have not noticed a difference. They should have never advertised it leaving beta, because that gave everyone the false hope that there was more to come. And if it's out of beta, why is it not on Just Dance Plus songs? Why is it not on base game for 2023 and 2024? All of them. When you're announcing something going out of beta, you mark it as a finished product, but a lot of the songs still don't have camera scoring. There's a major inconsistency. Just Dance and I Kissed a Girl have camera scoring. They're not part of song packs or anything, but they have camera scoring. So why is it that other Just Dance Plus songs don't get that treatment? At least like throw a batch here and there, like maybe a song or two to camera scoring on Just Dance Plus. If you did it with I Kissed a Girl and Just Dance, I feel like you could do it with other songs too. That's just me. Sorry for me being a little bit yelling there. Next one, increase playlist size to more than 30 songs. I feel like that's way more than possible. Older Just Dance games was able to do it without a problem. Why can't the newer game do that? Speaking of slots, why can we only still download 40 songs? What is happening? We are 4 editions in and we still can't download more than 40 songs. I understand it could be like a save file limit, I'm not sure, but maybe just change the way the game works. I'm not a programmer. Once again, I don't know what I'm saying. From the audience standpoint, it's very frustrating. Something needs to be changed about song downloading. Personally, I would have downloaded the whole entire game if I had the chance. The next one, I think I already discussed this as well. I have a bulletin list once again. Camera scoring for 23 and 2024 maps. Please add them. If the camera scoring's out of beta. If you guys weren't going to add camera scoring to 23-24 map, you should have not ripped it out of beta. That's just me. You know? Once again, I'm not saying this out of hate. I love the game so much. I just want to do better, you know? Next one is allow multiple player profiles. Where is that? I understand that the way they program the game is having one big dancer card, but I feel like they made it less local friendly that way. I understand that party mode is very local friendly and all that, but I feel like the removal of dancer cards remove the core aspect of the party aspect of the game. Because when you have dancer cards, everyone can have a custom name, right? But when there's no custom name, you just got to go off of the picture, right? But there's so many times, and there was a tournament recently for Just Dance, and I forgot where it was. I couldn't tell who was which because you can't name your thing on the top. It only shows the name of the person, and then player 2 is just the name of the person, :1. Like, that should be a priority. We should have the opportunity to see everyone's name separately, you know? That's just me, of course. Improving search functionality is a big one as well. I'm still shocked that the search is still this weird. The old search function in Just Dance is way better in my opinion. I understand it's not a full-size keyboard, but I found it way more consistent than what we have now. We were begging for a full-size keyboard. We were so happy about it. But then we got the biggest downgrade, which is the lack of results when searching. So I'd rather have a finicky keyboard with accurate search results than a full-size keyboard with finicky search results. If it's better for the team, go back to the old search feature, in my opinion. Go back to the old style where you search for maps, where it's like a scrolling down thing, you know? Like, I know some people will get upset about that idea, but for me, I gave up on search. I'm just scrolling through all the songs at this point. On the older games, if you're scrolling and entering one key at a time, it's revealing maps as you type. But when you have a full-size keyboard, you only can find the results after you press confirm. So you actually have to type the whole thing out or part of it out, and then you'll see results, not results as you're typing. A solution potentially is having the full-size keyboard in-game instead of using the console keyboard. That's just my opinion. That could help a lot. We'll move on to the next topic since I feel like I talked a lot about the search. So rerun of past seasons. Just Dance, if you're done with seasons, rerun the seasons, man. There's so much rewards that you guys spent so much resources on. It would be a shame if people that get into the game later miss out on those, you know? I'm not in for exclusivity. I hate exclusivity, by the way. I want everyone to have access to everything. That's just me. I know some people might not feel the same way. Maybe have the seasons rerun like throughout the year. Maybe like there's gonna be the lights out season every Christmas. I don't know. Just like you have so many season progressions. Lover Coaster is a great example. How cool would it be to rerun it for people that missed it? There's a good amount of people that actually never finished a Lover Coaster because it was too many levels back then for people. I understand for a majority, people actually did complete it. I'm guessing on their data, a lot of people did not complete the progression for the season for Lover Coaster, so they lowered the rewards so more people can finish it. Let me know what you guys feel about that. I'm really curious. The next one, allow UI scaling and shrinking. In the most respectful way possible, Ubisoft, as much work as you put into the UI for the scoring part, it is too chunky. If there's a full lobby, there's many moments where the dancers' arms are in the scoring, so you can't really see their hands that well. If they're doing like a gesture in the sky with their arm, it's hard to read it because your character's in the way. I know this is going to be a hard thing to do, but maybe have like a way to make the UI fade a little bit, like lower the transparency when the arm kind of intervenes with the scoring, which I feel like will take a lot of time. I don't think they should do that. Instead, have an accessibility option for us to shrink the UI a little bit, just so there's more space, and it would kind of feel better for a lot of people that just want to see the dancer mainly and the UI less of. That's just me, of course. Another idea, speaking of editing existing maps, I know there's a big audience in the TikTok side that hate faces. If you like it, you do. If you don't like it, you don't. It's so divided to the point where I feel like there should be an accessibility option where when you turn it on, it would load the same map again, but just a different rendered version without the face, maybe having chromed out. I know that's going to take so much work, which I don't think it's ever going to happen, but that would be a cool idea for people that are so desperate for no faces. Because have you guys seen the TikTok comments? Oh my God. I can't read it without getting upset because it's so many people that are like, Just Dance fell off after 2017 or something like that. I'm like, it is true that Just Dance went down ever since, but like, I don't think faces and all that would fix the current state of the game, you know, but it would be like a nice gesture for the old school people, you know. We are now onto party mode. It was extremely fun at launch. Do not get me wrong. I loved party mode, but it lost its appeal very quickly. A key reason of that is no online multiplayer. But the second I learned there was no online multiplayer for party mode, I have no reason to play, because every time when I play Just Dance, I play with my audience. When I play with my audience, I'm locked out of party mode. And when I play with my audience, I can't play camera mode. Even though a lot of work was put into party mode, the modifiers felt very repetitive after 1 to 2 sessions. I need to be brutally honest, as much as it looked amazing, it is so well done, but it's for long-term play sessions, there's not much filters. On top of that, when the map is starting, the picto gets kind of hidden with the UI, and I feel like that shouldn't happen. And I feel like the scoring starts a little too quickly when the song starts, because it's like 3, 2, 1, go. And by the time the go disappears, you already get a perfect. And it's not a big deal, but if you don't know the map, it could be a problem as well. A cool idea for party mode as well is have stats. How many 30-minute sessions have you completed? How many 15-minute sessions? Kind of have a nice timer to see people that want to motivate themselves to build that number up. Progression, I don't think there's any progression they can really do with party mode. They already had some rewards in there, but that was it. I already got all the rewards too. It was very quick. Have exclusive party mode features, like instead of it being random completely, Have new modes throughout the year where it's like only Christmas songs. Having themed exclusive limited time party mode features would be awesome. Like maybe during Christmas, party mode would have a Christmas style, I don't know, like a nice touch, because Just Dance 2017 had that and the newer games don't have that anymore. So let's go ahead and move on to Just Dance Plus. This is a big bingo for a lot of people because the dedicated audience are desperately wanting more Just Dance Plus songs, me included. Just Dance Plus drop slowed down more than it already has due to scoring adjustments. I did touch up on that earlier. I don't think this is a good thing. Funny enough, I had a feeling I was at potential fault for it because I was venting about broken maps on Just Dance Plus at one point, and then they fixed I Kissed a Girl in Just Dance right after. I know it was really funny timing, but I promise I had nothing to do with it. Since the community was so happy with the scoring fix, I think the team saw that we were so happy and they ended up over fixing maps, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when they start sacrificing other things. And a thing they did sacrifice is Just Dance Plus drop. We missed like 2 JD Plus drops. So we lost like 4 songs that were supposed to come to the service because of scoring adjustments. And I understand it's like 7 maps being fixed. Not gonna lie, all this ranting makes me feel really guilty right now. But I promise I love the game. I need to make that very clear again, because I feel like all this is gonna be taken a bad way from Just Dance. Just Dance, if you're watching this, and you probably are, I love y'all so much. But we all love the game so much and we want to see it to be the best it can be. So please don't take this harshly. So next thing, overall content delivery, it feels way too slow. So instead of us getting 4 songs a month, we got 2 songs every 2 weeks, which is still 4 songs a month, but we just got 2 songs a little earlier, which is a great improvement, but it's not consistent, of course. I also feel that the resources spent on fixing select maps didn't need to be fixed. Example, Daddy Cool and Ghost in the Keys. I feel like those did not need a fix, but they got a fix anyway. Could have been used for other maps that really needed it more, but that's just me, of course. And a cool idea, of course, is allow potential fan content to hit the service. I understand that there is like copyright issues with that, like because maybe like the assets used in fan-made stuff can have copyright problems because it never had like the approval for commercial use. Potentially like remake the content potentially and have it like inspired by the fan content. I'm not sure, anything like that. How cool would it be to have VIPs return in the game? There is some VIPs in the game right now. We haven't had a new VIP in so long, and I feel like that's long overdue. Example, they did a community remix for Stop This Fire that never made it to the game. Why? You know, it should be in the game. It shouldn't be any licensing issues, but I guess they just couldn't do it. I would love to see that one day. The next one is bugs and performance. Oh my god, with the introduction of party mode, the amount of map flickers and texture swapping I'm seeing is absolutely insane. They still have not fixed it. I still see it every so often, and it's kind of crazy how it's still happening. And on top of that, Nintendo Switch, I understand the Switch is so weak. I find it so hard to believe that the older games just ran so much better for Switch, and then the newer game is just struggling. From what I was told, they switched to Unity. If they knew that Unity was going to be an issue for Switch, I'm not sure why they switched to it. In my opinion, I'm not sure. There's a lot of reasons they probably did, but the optimization is really out in the blue for Switch, and I feel so bad for Switch users. I cannot play on Switch. I'm so sorry. I'm playing on Xbox, PlayStation 5. I can never go back to the Switch. Sure, I have to hold a chunky phone, but it's way better than dealing with the lag. I'm sorry. That's just me. Now we have my final rant, which is kind of all over the place, so bear with me. In this video, I'm looking at the raw recording. It says it's 38 minutes I've been recording. I'm not sure how the final video is going to be. Sorry if the video is long. I keep making this very clear. I love this game so much. Anything I said in this video is not towards hate. It's towards a frustrated Just Dance player that wants to see the game thrive. I usually had a mix of positive and negative in my other video, but with the current way the game is hitting right now, there's not much positive to really say. A lot of the feedback that I did get from this video was from the community. We all are all feeling the same way. We just want the game to be better, you know? I also mentioned that with the lack of progression, I've been playing less and less, and that is true. I only play during streams, recordings, all that kind of stuff. I just don't have the motivation to play as casually as I used to. There's no other game modes to keep me hooked. Party mode was fun, yes, but there's no incentive to keep playing it after, and there's no online multiplayer functionality, so it's not as interesting as what I thought it was going to be, even though it's very fun and very well made. I know it's simple things, and I know multiplayer is not simple to put for a game like party mode, but I feel like something needs to be done about that, you know? My next thing, and it's going to be a little bit funny, I have a personal grudge with people who don't know anything about the game. Listen, the amount of people I've seen that get mad at Just Dance for the crazy subscription, they think that when they buy the game, they get access to like 900 songs with the price of $20. You get the 40 songs you paid for that edition. That's never changed in the history of Just Dance, by the way. But people just want their precious Rasputin. If they don't get their Rasputin, they think that they're getting scammed because they bought 2025 edition thinking it came with Rasputin, you know? Bro, like, I'm sorry. If you want Rasputin, just get Just Dance 2. That's just me. All right, I'm gonna stop stop now with that. I also forgot one thing, by the way. I just realized I skipped by it. Why is Montero and all that not on Just Dance Plus yet? They need to prioritize that. I haven't played Montero in so long. The next thing is also the preview season for Just Dance 2026 in the most respectful way possible. I have never seen a preview season this underwhelming. When I reacted to the previews, I was giving all of them the benefit of the doubt. That's why I was very positive in them. But internally, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I'm not sure if this will be for me. Especially Born to Be Alive is a great example. The claymation. I thought I was gonna hate that map, but it was like completely different when I saw the full map. I hope in the future for like 2027 they change how they do it, because I was very, very worried about the launch of 2026 with the previews we got. And also one more thing. I know I keep saying one more thing. I still have my problem with Just Dance where I can't play on my Xbox and my Switch is linked. It's a really rare issue for select people. It's probably just how the Ubisoft account's created. I'm not sure. Depending on what account's linked to your Ubisoft account, you might be affected by a really rare bug where you can't connect to the online servers unless you unlink one of the accounts, which is what happens to me. If I want to play on my Xbox, I gotta unlink my Switch. So I abandoned my Switch, I unlinked it. I have access to my Xbox again as a result, but I feel like that shouldn't be that way. I should have everything just linked, you know? All right, I feel like that's pretty much the whole video. I know it's a lot of negativity. I do hope they do consider this feedback, as this came from multiple people from multiple sides of the community. I gathered it everywhere. And once again, I also do have a tracking feedback form, link in the description if you want to fill it out. All the feedback also goes towards Just Dance once again. There's also camera scoring and controller scoring as well. Let me know what you guys feel about this video. I know I'm more angry, I guess. I'm not actually angry. I'm raising my voice a little bit because I'm just showing how passionate I am about this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for listening. If you were playing a game while listening to me, I hope you won that game. I'm not sure, because I guarantee people are just listening to this on the side while they're doing their normal day activities. And if you like the video, feel free to like it or dislike it if you damn dislike it. And I'll see you guys after January, okay? Peace.